And welcome to Talkonomics, where we talk about money and economics. I'll be your host, Damon Carney, and appreciate you taking the time to join us today. Today, we'll be covering some really interesting stories happening in the macro, micro economic events across the world. And we'll also be talking about some crypto events, as well as anything else that pops up along the way. Feel free to ask questions along the way. We like to make this as interactive as possible for our viewers. And if you like what you see, better yet, if you like what you hear, like and subscribe so you can do it again. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the news here and start going through here. So let's start with Market Watch here. Let's see. Fun fact, less than 5% of global population is invested in crypto. Huh. Well, everyone I know is invested in crypto. What about you? What about Justin? Madonna passes bill to protect Bitcoin and crypto mining rights. I thought this said Madonna. Montana. Montana passes. That makes a lot more sense. Montana passes bill to protect Bitcoin and crypto mining rights. Justin, SEC launches investigation into Mormon Church's $100 billion secret investment portfolio. Well, not so secret anymore, I guess. Justin, PayPal suspends crypto stablecoin development. Well, that's a bummer. You know what? I wish there was a type of stablecoin that wasn't attached to just like a single currency. Or, like a euro. But then I guess if the euro went down, then so would the stablecoin. What about the stablecoin dollar? Well, I guess if the dollar went down, and so would the stablecoin. What about a basket of world reserve currencies pegged to an individual asset and different percentages make up the stablecoin? That seems like a pretty novel idea. Maybe we'll get into that a little bit later in the stream, and I can tell you where you can find something like that. Just in 64% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, especially in this economy, their paychecks better come every 2 days because money's not going as far as it used to. I mean, if you look at price comparisons to buy a bag of rice from Costco, they're telling you that inflation is 5, 10, 15%. Rice, the price of rice has doubled at Costco. Pretty sure the price of pickles has doubled and many other items that you buy every single day. I don't know if you're buying pickles every day, but, some pregnant women out there are. And there's a lot of items that are constantly increasing in price. I think we're on a downward trend of price increases. I saw a study a while back that said most of the price increases have gone into the pockets of the founders and CEOs of the companies. So that's also might have to do a little bit with the greed in the country as well. But, I believe in capitalism, and if it's sustainable, then it will continue. But if it's not sustainable, then we'll have a drawback in purchasing. The price will be inelastic. All right. So take a look here. China to launch National Blockchain Research Center. Okay. PayPal held 604 million in crypto for customers in 2022, according to SEC filing. And Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates says ChatGPT will change our world. All right, let's move along here. All right, Shopify launches a suite of blockchain commerce tools for merchants. Shopify NFT merchants can now use tokenage tools to dictate which tokens can and cannot gain access to exclusive products and NFT drops and other benefits. Okay. So that would be pretty cool. Eager to see what type of use case something like that brings. Shopify NFT merchants can now use token gating tools to dictate which token holders can and cannot gain access to exclusive product. Now, that sounds great and all, but I mean, it wasn't the whole thought of crypto to allow everyone access all the time. Now, Shopify to do something called token gating will maybe keep out certain individuals that maybe have multiple wallets, or maybe founders and only new members. I mean, there's definitely some use cases. Hopefully it's not used for evil. Kazakhstan to mandate 75% revenue sale from crypto mining for tax purposes. Okay. I can dig it. A new law signed by Kazakh president, I'm not going to try that name, on February 6th reinstated the nation's stand against unlawful mining operation and issuance of crypto assets. Okay. Turkey back to the old ways, I guess. BAYC Copycat files opposition to 10 Yuga Labs trademark applications. The Yuga Labs spokesperson has played down the significance of the opposition notice and suggested that the RR/BAYC co-founder is just trying to cause trouble. Fair enough. Bitcoin price correction was overdue. Analysts outline why the end of 2023 will be bullish. BTC and the crypto market will continue to battle with strong headwinds, but analysts explain why Q3 and Q4 of 2023 could turn out for Bitcoin very well. So back in 2019, I had said that the low for next cycle would be around November, October of 2023. Now, with having to do with the double top that we had, it may change things a little bit. And I'm looking at charts, and there are some bearish and bullish patterns forming on the charts, which right now I'm on 50-50. The overall, the best thing that anyone could do is just hold out this year, hunker down, try not to spend too much, invest, buy your assets that you want to purchase, because once the CBDC comes around and your purchases are controllable, you're not going to have the ability to purchase Bitcoin. That can be stopped. You're not going to have the option to purchase Ethereum from transfer US dollars into different cryptos. The money that you have in crypto will be your investment, and they'll make it real difficult to transfer a CBDC into crypto. I mean, they can just put like a firewall essentially on your currency. Think about currencies like we have internet firewalls, right? Like if you shouldn't go to this website, it blocks you, but then you have to use like a VPN and you circumvent that. What type of tools do we have when they add firewalls to your currency? So definitely something interesting to think about. All right. This is non-alcoholic, by the way. We do a slew of non-alcoholic drinks. We're opening up booze-free bars across the United States, giving individuals a healthy alternative to go out and be social and have a good time. Uh, they're normally called kava bars, Kava, kava bars. You'll find about 211 of them in Florida, and then like 15 in the rest of the United States. The hardest part about starting one of those is finding a good supplier, and you know, that's me. So if you're ever interested in starting one, DM me. You can find the information in the link tree to reach out to me, and we definitely respond to all messages on the Telegram private groups. If you want to reach out to us on there, we can always add you to our larger groups. You just gotta add yourself, and then we can always move you over. Just gotta, vet for bots and everything. All right, so the Fed Governor Waller says crypto ecosystem has distinct parts with varying potential. Let's try that again. Fed Governor Waller says crypto ecosystem has distinct parts with varying potential. Christopher Waller praised the emerging applications of the distributed ledger technology, smart contracts, and tokenization, but changed his tune for crypto assets. All right, Mr. Waller. I mean, I understand politicians are concerned because they don't have anything lined up for when the dollar no longer is the world reserve currency. Anything that takes away from the dollar status, you wouldn't want that to come into effect. And I understand not wanting to promote the technology, but there needs to be planning done because eventually something like that is potentially going to happen. We've talked about it before when 1932, when Bretton Woods Agreement was established, we held the most gold. But when we stopped holding gold in the 1970s and came off and broke the Bretton Woods Agreement, the rest of the world looked at the U.S. and said, "Hey guys, that wasn't the agreement. You're probably not going to be the world reserve currency anymore." And the U.S. said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, hold up there. How about we do all oil deals in dollars? That way we still have some utility for the dollar." And everyone looked at each other and they said, "Yeah, that's okay. Fine. Oils are going to be around forever. Well, we'll all do oil deals in dollars, and we'll all tie our currencies to the dollar." Well, until recently, for the last 60 years, that's what's been happening. But now China and Russia are doing oil deals in Russian rubles and Chinese yuan. So if other countries start to sway away from using the dollar to do oil deals, what utility does the dollar have left? So thus, they'll try to create CBDCs to control how people do purchasing. But does that give the dollar a newfound utility? I don't think so. You constantly raise the debt ceiling until they just make it infinite to just keep printing money and issuing debt. The only time we paid on our debt was during Desert Storm when we devalued the Kuwaiti dinar down to pennies, purchased a ton of it because we destabilized the country. And once we rebuilt the country, the dollar had turned from pennies on the dollar to like $14 per dinar, something crazy, some crazy exponential gain. And then we were able to pay down our debt. We tried it again with the Iraqi war, destabilized the country, most likely tried to purchase the currency and realized that country wasn't getting rebuilt. And it was more of a net loss for us than a net gain. Now, we have controlled the oil for a while because of it, but now have totally withdrawn with the death of U.S. soldiers because of it, thanks to the current administration. But I digress because I do not want to get banned. Normally, my content is family friendly, so YouTube gods, please don't ban me. Let's go ahead and move along. Tether taps Fitzgerald to help oversee bond portfolio. Okay. The USDT issuer has made inroads into the traditional finance and accounting sectors as it attempts to increase transparency around its holdings. Proof of reserves. I wish the US would do that. Imagine if the US was like, this is exactly how much money we hold. And we could trace it on the blockchain. And it couldn't just be printed and reissued. Imagine that all currencies around the world couldn't just be printed and reissued. I think that's why Bitcoin's pretty cool. Bitcoin's fixed. All other currencies are infinite. Even gold inflates at a rate of 3% per year. So over the course of 33 years, the total supply of gold doubles. I don't know how often the total M2 money supply doubles, but supply of Bitcoin doesn't double. Now, it's important that you consult your Bitcoin historian because there is some back and forth between Bitcoin SV and a normal Bitcoin, and issues with MasterCard and the Bilderberg Group removing Satoshi from certain patents. But I digress. Once again, it's important that you educate yourselves and do your own research. But I'm here to help you, and I'm here to answer any questions while we go through this turbulent market together. Oh, I have all of my chats up. Where are my Theta people at? Theta people, we're missing your Theta chat. Let's get Theta pulled up here. Theta, what's going on, guys? Hold on, let me get you guys pulled up here. All right, there we go. Carl Larson, thanks for the like. Lawrence, what's up? Thanks for the like, man. All set, thanks for the like. Vic BG, thanks for the like. Marsa Zero, thanks for the like. Space Coast Sunshine, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. That reminds me, if you find this content valuable, shoot me a follow, shoot me a like. Helps me out, helps get me to you quicker and easier so you can stay up to date on what's happening in the world today. All right, let's pull everything back up here and let's continue. Why is the hype around AI, crypto combined? Now, BitBoy Crypto talked about this, I think it was yesterday or today. But you'll find anything with the term AI on it is doing pretty well. I I have some AI tokens that I picked up, but I also have some non AI tokens that I picked up recently. One of those was Render. Render is an on chain GPU processing unit. So, Matt, think about this. Imagine instead of having to buy the $3,500 graphics processing unit for your computer, your hardware piece, all applications were just processed on the blockchain. Imagine how lightweight that could make all cell phones, all computers, as you start taking hardware out of the computers and processing GPUs in the cloud or on the blockchain. That allows for so much more potential of shrinking everything down and making it so you have a much more portable device. But yeah, those are some that I'm picking up right now. I think Render was one of my picks, as well as Secret Network. I picked up some of recently, and we'll get into the portfolio video here in just a little bit. Well, let's wrap up some of these news stories first. All right. Crypto Biz FTX claws back Genesis. Is there a silver lining? As FTX seeks clawbacks on political donations, Digital Currency Group and the bankrupt subsidiary Genesis Global Trading have reached an agreement of restructuring. Well, for those that know, I went to the Bahamas to file a lawsuit against BitBoy Crypto, not against, with BitBoy Crypto against FTX. We went there together. We filed a lawsuit against Sam Bankman Fried Sunday evening. And Monday morning was supposed to be his extradition trial. We had stopped the extradition from happening just for a few days, but it allowed for the lawsuit to take foothold, and we have, um, caused some a little bit of grief for the parties involved in that. So, I'm happy about that, and I don't think any of the politicians are going to be sticking their necks out for him. I mean, there'd be no way either he's the dumbest person in the world asking for the political donations back, or he realizes that he is in so much trouble then that all the donations that he thought all these people would have his back, none of them are going to have his back. So he's trying to claw everything back. So it's really a shame. You have the bad actors, a few bad actors. Staking ban is another nail in crypto's coffin. That's a good thing? I don't know. I don't know if I would call that a good thing. Let's see here. Well, we have an invite. There's someone. I guess it's a raid. We got a raid on Twitch. Twitch raid. All right, appreciate you guys. Let's see. Everybody real quick. Twitch raid. All right, appreciate you guys. All right. Had to just adjust some settings there and check the audio, but we are good to go. All right. Let me switch to the charts here. I just gotta send a quick message. All right. So we are back. Let's go ahead and we'll look into the charts here in just a little bit. But if you want to gain access to some of these indicators, uh, go ahead and send me a message on Telegram, and we can definitely point you in the right direction. And some of these are programmed by me. Some of these are programmed by people that are much smarter than me. But we can work out how to use them, and I'll show you how to do some winning trades and some really powerful tools. But let's get back into the news stories here, and let's see, where did we leave off? Yes, the nail in the coffin. The nail in the coffin. The SEC's move to ban staking is going to encourage more people to move forward with decentralized options beyond the agency's reach. And I totally agree with that. Like liquid staking options, Rocket Pool, Lido DAO, for staking alternatives. There's so much that they don't understand. And there's three types of finance for those that don't know. There's TradFi, traditional finance, like your bank, the thing that the government has regulated into oblivion to be the most useless product on the open market, and somehow they convince people to give them millions and millions of dollars. Absolutely crazy. So you got TradFi, then you have CeFi, which is your centralized finance, and that is like your Coinbase, your Robinhood, your PayPal, your defunct Celsius, your defunct Voyager, Binance. Those are centralized finance. And then you have your decentralized finance, and those are pretty cool. It's just a contract between you and the smart contract, and only you are responsible for what happens in those interactions. Now, it's computer code, and there's no regulating computer code. You just put it out into the world, and if you want to interact with it, some, you got to make sure that they're vetted by, auditing companies. But overall, if you want to find something like, Lido DAO or Rocket Pool or other staking alternatives for things like Ethereum, and we'll go into more staking options that are decentralized down the road, because I really like a few. There's so many different types of economics when it comes to decentralized finance. Uh, there was one called Alchemix that really opened my eyes to how fun some of these smart contracts can be, that pays itself off over time and still pays out an interest rate on the lending and borrowing side. So really cool things. Let's go ahead and Secret DAO votes to restructure foundation after public splat between organizations. Well, that's a good thing. I am an investor in that. The new foundation will be governed by a board of 3 or more members, and no organization will hold more than one seat. Okay, cool. Good to know. All right, SEC's crackdown on Kraken has sent shockwaves through the crypto sector. In this week's correction, a buy the dip opportunity or sign of worse things to come. And we'll take a look at the charts, and we'll go over that here in just a little bit. All right. Now let's see here. Is this? Oh, they're releasing the next batch of the top 100 people in crypto. So on yesterday's episode, I think you saw me freak out because they're like top 100 people in crypto, and then they only had 10. So I'm happy to see that they are releasing more every couple days. Throat's been super dry today. Just trying to get through the day. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone that's waking up to this. What I'm trying to do is get everyone the news. So, right when you wake up, you can catch up on everything you've missed the day before, plus catch up on the most recent events of today as well. Just something to wake up to, a nice little podcast, nice little something to listen to in the mornings. It really allows you to keep up with what's going on. So let's see. Top 100, they put Coin Bureau. Let's see. All right. Well, that was a pretty good list. I like to see some of those names in there. Especially, I like Kathy Wood. Who else did I see? I don't some of those people I've never heard of, to be completely honest with you, and I'm pretty connected with the crypto community, but I'm also the same person that can't remember my girlfriend's middle name. So, not awesome with names. Hopefully she never watches this. All right, let's keep on scrolling. Co-founders of StoryCo discuss how blockchain technology can evolve the way that IP is franchised. I assume IP, they mean intellectual property. Maybe. NFT Steez chats with StoryCo co-founders JP and Justin Allens about NFTs, can explain the co-creation and evolve storytelling in Web3. Okay. Next batch of that. And what does the future of Web3 look like to SafePal CEO Veronica Wong? I love SafePal. SafePal had a fantastic interface for so long. It was essentially Binance on steroids for US consumers. I don't know if it's still accessible on the Play Store, the App Store, but they had a backdoor into using Binance. You let me know if you're watching this video, if it happens to still be there. But really, really cool. They also have a cool hardware wallet. Just positive things to say about SafePal. Really on top of their game. All right. PayPal has held 604 million in Bitcoin and other crypto by the end of 2022. Bitcoin and Ether have the largest share in PayPal's crypto assets, according to the 291 million and 250 million in asset breakdown, respectively. All right. The history of mining. From the Stone Age to the digital era, the history of mining reflects the ongoing evolution of technology and human integrity in the pursuit of extracting valuable resources from the earth. Ugh. I gotta extract the valuable cough drop here in a little bit. All right, let's see here. Ooh, that's a long one. What is this? Blade Runner. What are the top 9 cyberpunk movies of all time? If your cyberpunk movie isn't on this list, please let me know what cyberpunk movie we're missing in the comments, and I will let you know if I see mine on here. All right, Blade Runner, 1982. The movie is set to a dystopian future in which genetically engineered humanoids are called Replicants are used for dangerous mental work on Earth and off-world colonies. The Matrix. The movie is set in a dystopian future. Akaria. Ghost in a Shell. Necromancer. The Terminator, RoboCop, Tron, Total Recall. Totally not. Those suck. There was one, I can't think of it, but if you know what I'm talking about, drop in the comments. It was a movie where they were still using payphones, but they were able to hack each other, and they would call on the payphone, they'd click a couple buttons, and it would allow them access to something. It might have been called Hackers. It was a bunch of teenagers, and then there was like an evil boss that they were hacking against. Might have been a 90s movie. Oh man, it's gonna kill me. Let me see if I can search this up. It was called Hackers. Yeah, Hackers was the name of the movie. 1995. Loved it. I don't know if it's 10 out of 10. It's probably an awful choreographed movie, but I had a good time. And if you hadn't seen it, watch it. Especially with today's tech and what they were using back then. I think you'll have a pretty good laugh. All right. So let's keep going. The Howey test, new version gaining ground. Okay, I guess there's a new version of the Howey test out. Hashing it out. AI and crypto meet. Bitfarm settles with BlockFi, GameFi, and the crypto winner. SBF judge extends bail restrictions. Celsius timeline extension faces objections. Yeah, they can't. They're trying to extend the timeline into like next bull run, and really what they're doing is they're hoping everyone's assets go up so they can pay you out what the current value of the assets were upon the collapse. So if all the assets gain value, they don't have to pay you out on the newfound value. They pay you out on the old value, and they've leveraged your money like interest-free loans, sort of like Starbucks does with their, you load your phone with a bunch of fake digital money to use at Starbucks, and they don't pay you any interest. Then when you go to Starbucks, you scan your little QR code. Well, they just get to sit on all that money every year, interest-free, with the millions, maybe billions of dollars that sit in Starbucks apps that's, forgotten about too. Crazy. All right. Bitcoin price taps 3-week lows as SEC fears liquidate 250 million of crypto longs. Okay. Bitzlato co-founder released from brief arrest and questioning. Bitcoin price more correlated to FTX developments and macro events. I don't know if that's true. Bitcoin price more related to FTX. I don't think so at all. I think that's a bunch of FUD story. All right, let's move along. All right. This channel is sponsored by. All right, no, we're not sponsored. Always looking for a sponsor though. We'll do sponsored drinks. Like if you want me to drink your drink, as long as it's alcohol free, I'll drink it on camera. All right. Genesis unveils proposed sale plan with DCG bankruptcy. Interesting. PayPal suspends stablecoin development. All right. which is a shame. But they were just tying it to the dollar, which is losing value anyways. You can check that out on the DXY, which is the dollar relative strength to all other currencies across the land. All right, Wall Street firm oversees billions of dollars backing Tether. All right, let's see what this little chart is. Turkey and Syria earthquakes, aid pledged by exchanges and crypto funding campaigns. Oh, all right. Looks like Binance had given 5 million. AHBAP had given 3.9 million. I've never heard of that exchange. Let me know if anyone else has. Acut, Tog, Tinder? Is Tinder like the dating app for weirdos? They're one giving out money to Turkey, and they just lower their prices. I don't know if you pay for the Tinder app, but crypto exchange fiat donations, Needs Map, Tog, UNICEF in Peru, Humanity Check, NFT, Binance Charity, Binance did twice, Endowment, and others. All right. Binance introduced ZK Snarks to its proof of reserves for verification system. I do like the proof of reserves model. I really hope that it catches on with everybody, and we start to see everyone do it. All right. Let's see. Let me fill up my cup a little bit here. Evian. I'm not spoiled, but Evian is the only bottle. Oh, I'm not spoiled, but Evian is the only bottle of water I'll drink. I just don't like the high acidity in other bottles of water. All right. PayPal held 291 million of Bitcoin and 250 million of Tether. All right, I think we knew that. Let's go ahead and move along. I think this goes into yesterday's news. All right, let's go ahead and cover some macro events. Alert! U.S. fighter shot down an unidentified drifting object. As you see, the drifting object is there. Everyone's just releasing these clown balloons. Bunch of clowns. All right. China fired a green laser. I feel like we're in the Matrix. There's got to be a reason that we're trying to stir stuff up with China now. It's like, hey, we didn't have anything better to do. I don't know. So happens to be right before we start doing election posturing. Oh, I can't say that word on here. Now may get shadow restricted. I gotta watch what I say, but China fired green laser beams over Hawaii. All right. Amsterdam bans cannabis on the red light district streets. I'm not a fan of cannabis. I don't really like. I don't like alcohol. I don't like cannabis. I like things that reduce my anxiety. It just seems like cannabis increases my anxiety. I like kava. Kava is a fantastic drink. I like a kratom tea. Those are definitely my go-tos. If I was looking for a little extracurricular. Just in, Biden prepares largest Pentagon budget in history as spending cuts loom. Let me read that one more time in case We don't think the economy is going to pump anytime soon. Biden prepares largest Pentagon budget in history as spending cuts loom. Largest Pentagon budget in history. Huh. Wonder what they're going to buy. Well, they'll probably buy weapons from Lockheed. So Lockheed would go up. Individuals will sell their shares, dump those shares into other parts of the market, and then you'll have a nice ripple effect within the market. Essentially, for every dollar the government introduces into the economy, it creates $3 new within the economy. Fun fact for you. Learned that from my basic economics teacher way back in the day. All right. Breaking. Florida lawmakers have passed a bill extending a program used to fly migrants to Democratic-led cities and states. Bill headed by Governor DeSantis for signature. Let me know with a like or a comment if you support that. I see you guys on YouTube. You guys on YouTube are awfully quiet. A comment and like goes a long way for us over on YouTube. Trying to build that up. We're popping over on Twitch, and we're popping over on Theta. We're working on trying to get the YouTube a little more interactive. So appreciate any type of interactions over there. All right. XOL, thanks for the like. All set, thanks for the like. Part Age 92, thanks for the like. Carlson, thanks for the like. Killer 96, thanks for the like. Appreciate you. All right. So let's go ahead and move it along. All right. Reddit confirmed it was a victim of a cyber attack with hackers using phishing attacks on employees to steal login details and access platform international systems. You see these things down here? You see these things right down here? These thumb. I don't know if you can see. Let's see. Where is my mouse? Oh, I can't show my mouse. For some reason, not showing on the screen. That's interesting. When I'm hovering over details, it doesn't show for you. But you see the thumbs up and the fire. I want to see what the likes and the thumbs up were for on the budget. 105 thumbs down. That wasn't planned. Just wanted to check on that. Made me laugh a little bit. All right. And if you're following us on Facebook, also like and subscribe. We appreciate you as well. All right. Just in, Switzerland has rejected a request from Spain to allow it to re-export Swiss-made anti-aircraft guns to Ukraine. All right. Kate Bedingfield to depart Biden's White House communications director. Oh, to depart. That's so unfortunate. So unfortunate. All right. New NATO deploying shelters to earthquake hit Turkey. India urges people to ditch Western Valentine's Day on February 14th and announce it is now Cow Hung Day. I'm going to tell the girlfriend that. I'm going to say, hey, listen, sweetie. No more of this February 14th tyranny. No more. No more tyranny on February 14th. It is now Cow Hung Day. And we will go out and we will hang a cow or I'm also okay with lamb chops too. Whatever. But yes, that's interesting. Oh, India. All right. Breaking. Taiwan's local media claim that an unknown balloon was seen above the president's office. The said balloon was 40 kilometers off the shore to the surveillance data ministry event said. All right. A lot of balloons out there. I'm trying to think of like the least threatening thing that they could talk about right now because everyone's like crazy on edge. Like, what if we just like talked about balloons? Well, what color are we going to make them? Well, we can make them red. No, red's too scary. What about pink? No, then people think it's fake. Well, white balloons. Yeah, let's do white balloons. Just random white balloons everywhere. Remember when New York just let like a million balloons go all at once and like ruin their city for like a week? That's a fun video to find. There's just balloons everywhere in buildings and in car wheels and in subways and in the harbor and just like destroyed everything. Yeah, that was funny. All right, breaking. Russia says it will cut oil production by 500 barrels per day. I wonder how many barrels Russia actually produces in one day. Is that like 100% of their supply? Is that 2%? I mean, I don't know how big of a deal that is. All right, just in. The U.S. military has shot down an unidentified high altitude object the size of a small car over Alaska in the past hour. Well, at least they moved a little bit quicker this time and didn't let this so called object, which we don't even know if it's real, um, unlikely to be real, but over Alaska instead of letting it travel all the way across the United States. All right. Biden will visit Poland February 22nd. So let everyone know exactly the day he will be there. That's great. All right. Air Force Global Strike Command to launch an unarmed Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missile to showcase the readiness of nuclear force. Let's watch the little video.
Item 107, this station shoots a missile.
All right. Oh, that was pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead, close that down. All right, let's see what else is going on. And pro-Western Prime Minister of Moldova, Natalia, resigns. Government collapse amid series of crises in the nation that borders Ukraine. Well, that's unfortunate. Uh, Complete guide to ordinals, aka Bitcoin NFTs. How to find checks in the new emerging NFT meta. 60K foreign posts, some addresses accumulating RPL and LDL, MakerDAO, Spark Protocol, explanation, real world assets to be the next hyped narrative. Let's check out that link. Whoops. All right, let's see here. Oh, we don't have a story on that. It's just a. We gotta do better, Twitter. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we'll scroll through this real quick. All right, we'll be covering RWAs, traction soon, real world assets. All right, so RWAs acronym means real world assets. All right, check. Effectively, physical assets that can be tokenized and represented on chain. It's weird. I'm pretty sure every exchange that did that got in serious trouble. Now it's being talked about by Chainlink. Must know something that we don't, being that there will be the oracle that is most likely pulling in real world data to be on chain. Said the latest threat RWA narrative may soon gain traction due to similarity in real yield narrative and its real world use case. Okay. Real world assets and actual use case have the same energy as real world yield. Crypto AI, anything AI related now is a money grab, but it's, we just said that. Looking to be the next metaverse play and piggybacking off the hype. All right. Provides farmers with the opportunity to raise funds from DeFi in exchange for regular crop share payments. X tokens are tokenized exposure to the crop share of farmland commodities. X tokens produce yields in C token commodity tokens. C tokens can be exchanged via the platform. Market value 1 kg of product wheat, soy cream. All right. So is this a token or is this just a protocol? What are we looking at here? If you're interested in this stuff, you can find Wrecked Fencer on Twitter and go more into it. It looks like he has some interesting information put together for it. All right, private credit RWA real world assets .xyz. What are we looking at here? Loan count, total loans value, active loans value, average interest rate, protocol. Trying to figure out what I'm looking at here. Yield, maturity by protocol. Compare KPIs across major upcoming RWA protocols. TrueFi, Goldfinch. Oh, Woo Network's on there. Interesting. All right, well, it has traction now to me. I mean, if Woo Network's on there, then it must be legit. That is interesting. All right. So we did look into that a little bit. I will share that information with our research team, and they will look more into it. And maybe we can have some more information on that later down the road. Thoughts on E2L2 gambling coin? What is this? Well, I mean, we're open everything now. Super Bowl. Oh, who was playing in the Super Bowl? It's the Kansas City and the Eagles, I believe. Who do you think's gonna win? Who's gonna win the Super Bowl? Let me know in the comments below if you think the Eagles are gonna win. Personally, I say the Eagles. You know, I'm up in Jacksonville, Florida, North Florida right now. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars here. I could say I've never been to one of their games, but I say, and mark this, not next year, not 2024, but 2025, they'll win the Super Bowl. All right? Use this video as proof. 2025, Jacksonville Jaguars in the Super Bowl, winning it. We'll see how that plays out. All right, let's see. Let's go into what's actually happening on Twitter. And if you could follow us on Twitter, you follow us at Talkonomics on Twitter. We try to keep you up to date with everything. Oh, that didn't mean for that to pop up there, but cheers. All right, well, that's probably gonna get me in trouble. I didn't mean it. YouTube overlords. I only clicked on Twitter and it popped up. Don't get mad at me. All right, let's go ahead and let's slow down this music. I got this music blaring in my headphones. Let's see. I think we'll look into what Gary Gensler is saying here in just a second. Let me turn down this so we can listen to what Gary's saying.
1% returns, and the problem was.
Chair Gensler, it's great to see you this morning. There's a phrase online where they say, "Tell it to me like I'm 5." So for those who are uninitiated into what happened here, tell it to me like I'm 5. What was Kraken doing, and what was the problem that you were trying to solve?
Andrew, what Kraken was doing was asking the American public for their coins, crypto tokens, and saying, I'll give you a return, 4% to 21% returns. And the problem was they were not disclosing to the investing public the risk that the investing public was entering into. And we have a basic bargain in the United States since the 1930s. You can take whatever risks you want. Companies like Kraken can offer investment contracts and investment schemes, but they have to have full, fair, and truthful disclosure. And this puts the investors who watch your program in a better position. That's our basic bargain. They were not complying with that basic law.
So how does this, though, differ, for example, from some of the other firms out there, including Coinbase, who offer yield products?
Whether you call it, the labels don't matter. long ago, Supreme Court Justice Marshall said this so eloquently. It's not about the labels, it's about the underlying economics. And this really should put everyone on notice in this marketplace, whether you call it lend, whether you call it earn, whether you call it yield, whether you offer what's called an annual percentage yield, APY. That doesn't matter. If somebody's taking their tokens and transferring it to that platform, the platform controls it. And guess what happens if they go bankrupt? You stand in line at the bankruptcy court. There's a saying in crypto that says, not your keys, not your coins. So those other platforms should take note of this and seek to come into compliance, do the proper disclosures and registration and the like.
Okay, so but here's one of the big issues, as I think you know, which is this staking service is going to no longer be available to customers in the U.S. But interestingly, they're going to still offer the same product internationally, abroad, outside of the United States. And so it raises this larger policy question as to whether crypto, these types of products just move offshore. Maybe that's what you want, and that's a good thing. But then whether what you do about the American citizenry who's then using VPNs and all sorts of other things to skirt around what's happening here.
Look, we're technology neutral at the SEC, but we're clearly very focused on investor protection. 330 million Americans are our clients. These firms, Kraken knew how to register, others know how to register. It's just a form on our website. They can come in, talk to our talented people in disclosure review teams. And if they want to offer staking, we're neutral. Come in, register, because investors need that disclosure. What are you doing with the tokens? Are you trading against the tokens? Are you borrowing against the token? Are you using them for your own purposes? And we've seen this in the crypto field. So investors not only need that disclosure, but it's the law.
Interesting. So it doesn't sound like staking is getting banned. I mean, it might in the short term, but in the longer term, it sounds like there's just needing the Truth in Lending Disclosures Act, the TILA agreement, Truth in Lending Act. The CFPB is the Consumer Protection Bureau, and you gotta have know your RESPAs and your TILAs and your go back way back on my acronyms, but definitely something to note that maybe staking yield is not completely over for CeFi individuals, because how would banking actors and large institutions make money when they move into the staking game? Now, maybe, and call me crazy, but maybe this is the perfect setup for banks to start moving into crypto. So they're like, hey, well, you can offer staking, but you have to hold this much in liquid assets, or this much in capital, or you have to been registered for the past, 20 years before, crypto exchanges were around to be able to offer staking. And that lines it up perfectly for banks to be able to move in and get the upper hand on what's going on. So I really think that might be what's happening in the back, where they're trying to line things up for the banks, because they love controlling the banks and over-regulating them and making sure that disclosure. I don't know if any of you ever called on your credit card, but they are so ridiculous. They're like, hey, just so you know, the rates I disclosed to you are our annual percentage yield. Or like there's just these recordings that you have to listen to, and it's nauseating. And half the time, people don't even know what they're listening to. Most of the U.S. has little to no financial literacy education.
Chair Gensler, it's great to see you this morning.
Yeah, we're on that again.
There's a phrase.
And Gary popped back up again. But our goal on this channel is to teach financial literacy through different channels. If you're a hands-on learner, we have programs for you. If you are into visual audio, we also have programs for you as well. It looks like that is the laser beam that was shot out there. I can't believe that's even on there. I'm sorry that I had to share that. It is just, I am just scrolling on Twitter. Please don't be mad at me. Let's see. How long is this video? All the banks are broke because the fractional reserve banking means that banks can lend money they don't have. It's a criminal scandal.
Well, Commissioner Scotland, they're all broke. And why are they broke? It isn't me. They're
Yeah, we know that. Let's see. We'll go into some AI coins here. Track. Alley. TAO. So I will drop this link in the chat if anybody wants a link to the AIs that are within here. Oops, I gotta log in. Drop it there on YouTube. So if you make your way over to YouTube, you will be able to get that link and see some of the things that I'm looking at here. Some of these other AI plays. I think the AI play is still has some juice in it. I actually have a couple good picks that I'll be going over in some future videos this coming week. We'll go over some different AI use cases and different AI blockchains as well. Give that a like. That's always appreciated. All right. That's funny. They just found an error in the Bitcoin logo, the original Bitcoin logo. Oh, you guys can't see that. Let me share with you. That just launched. That's funny. I like that. Let's see if there's anything else going on in the world today. If anybody has some other articles they want us to cover that they like within the crypto industry, send them our way. We'll try to add them to our daily crypto rundown of topics that we cover. I am going to be doing this every day. So you have a video in the morning when you wake up. You'll be all caught up with all the news and everything for all events. So that is going to be it for the news. Let's go ahead and move on to the charts here and take a look at what's forming on the Bitcoin and crypto charts. All right. So we had a short-in earlier today, and for some reason we closed it because we got scared. Because I don't know why, but wish we would have stayed in that trade. Let's take a look and move to the 15-minute here, and we'll go over a short time frame what we should be expecting. All right. So definitely have makes me very sad to see this perfect formation too. We have a red dot forming on our 15-minute chart. We had a diamond followed by a red X on our 15-minute chart as well. Slight downward action. We do have this hidden momentum indicator here. In my hidden momentum indicator, we have these highlighted areas. Thanks, Lawrence, for the likes. We appreciate you. And in these highlighted areas, you can see these bars way outside the highlighted areas. This highlighted area within here acts as where the relative volume index should be. And when it's outside of there, they acts as like a rubber band trying to snap it back. And like you saw, it just formed another one, and you'll see it constantly shorten down and fall within that highlighted area. So the shorts probably coming to an end here shortly. Let's take a look here. Any formations that are popping up? It looks like this weekend we'll have relatively low volume happening. I say that because of the size of the momentum waves that are happening down here. The money wave, though, on our 15-minute is slowly decreasing, which makes me nervous. It might be slowly switching to red, people pulling out profits from the small run-up that we've had over the last couple weeks. And, always pull profits. This green line is our value area low, and this red line is our value area high, and this purple line is our area of control, meaning that we'll probably flex in between these for a little bit. And when we break out, will it break up or will it break down? Let's see if we can figure out what direction that's going to go. And we will be adding trading to our daily rundown. So if you're interested in learning how to trade and want to become a profitable trader, I will do trades with you live on stream. You won't find any other YouTubers that will do live on stream trading with you besides my close friends that are major crypto names like BitBoy Crypto or CryptoFace. They are masters at their craft, and there are a lot of these indicators are from them as well. And we can go over those if anyone has any questions on what to look for, different setups, and I can help you get squared away here. Let's go ahead and move along to the daily chart. All right, daily chart makes me a little nervous. These sell and buy signals I program myself, and they're fairly spot on. You can back test them a little bit, and they do pretty well. Now, with that being said, I have a sell signal that just kicked on a couple days ago. Makes me pretty nervous. Overall, and what I'm hopeful for overall is I have this blue momentum wave down here. You see it starting to form. I'm hoping that we complete a bottom to that momentum wave. We see a green dot, and we move back up and turn into a buy. Now, if that does not happen, you can prepare for us to retest 19,000 again. You can prepare for us to retest 18,000 again. Do I think we'll break into a new low? No. No, I don't. Do I think that we are at lows in the market? Yeah. Like Verizon stock is at a 5-year low. Is crypto considered a 5-year low right now? Let's see. Let's take a look here on the monthly chart. So is that 2017? We're in 2023. That's a 6-year difference. So let's see. Last time we were at 16,000 was in February of 21. So, okay, we're at a 2-year low. 2-year low. Rest of the assets in normal markets are at 5-year lows. Maybe we have a little bit more give to go. Let's take a look at the DXY. So what the DXY is a dollar relative strength index. And what that means is as the dollar gains value, people move into the dollar. As the dollar loses value, people move into other assets like stocks and crypto. Let's take a look at that and see what that's doing. Well, I do like to see the sell signal on the dollar. That makes me feel good. And now this explains why we had that small downturn in the market recently. We had all these buys happen in the DXY. Let's see. We're starting to see some falling in the dollar here. Let's shorten that chart to get a lot wider picture. So that is on the weekly time frame. On the daily time frame, we're going to move up on the dollar for let's see, we'll finish off this momentum wave down here. Let's see what else is going on. Lawrence says 18,800 in the next 18 months, BTC, or 36,000. Next 18 months, where does that put us for the date? So that puts us 24. So that's August of 24. Oh, definitely above 36,000. 100%. So the halving takes place in April of 2024. And you'll start seeing the run up about 8 months prior to the halving. So you'll start to see us bottom, see run up. Some type of event normally happens right before the halving. Some crazy black swan event that causes the spring to be pressed down, some massive sell-off of some sort, and then we skyrocket. And it might be, there's a lot of give and take that, the halving lines up with geopolitical events and their agenda of when they print new money into circulation. But it has perfect timing to, maybe Satoshi had already realized that those things line up, and that's why he added the halving on those specific dates and times. So, said I lost my stomach for a day trading years ago, so I look a little longer time frame now. Yeah, we all make those mistakes. I mean, back in the market, I was back in the bull run, I was trading full Bitcoin at 100x leverage, like an idiot. You definitely learn how to manage risk properly after losing mass amounts of capital. And I will teach you everything that I learned from those mistakes, so you don't make those same mistakes, and we'll go over those together. Overall, let's take a look here at the DXY. At the daily time frame, it looks like our momentum is slowly starting to go down, which I like to see. We'll probably finish off this momentum wave here on the daily time frame, and we'll round off. Oops, where'd my marker go? We'll round this up. Why can't I have a marker? Oh, this is it. We'll round this off, most likely, come back down, and we'll see when we sling to the bottom again. So that puts us around the end of February and into March. Might have one of these. Maybe back up. Have cool down in April. And this is just, a fun little exercise. Those are our momentum waves, possibly, of what could potentially happen. When the momentum goes up, assets go down. When the momentum goes down, assets go up. Reverse correlation. So definitely something to keep your eye out on. The DXY, a really interesting tool, just to sort of test the markets and see what's going on with those. Let's go ahead and pull back up. For some reason, our theta people, our theta people are hype over here. Let's see, theta. They made you out of clay. All right, view. Hey, John P, thanks for the like. Appreciate you. And also thanks for the follow. Appreciate you as well. All right, let's take a look. Oh, also thanks for the donation, Baba Coach, 17 Theta Fuel. Appreciate it. All right. Is there any other cryptos anybody wants me to look into? Any other assets anybody wants me to take a look at? Oh, I have a scary video I guess we have to watch together.
What does stake have to do with our securities laws? That's S-T-A-K-E, not S-T-E-A-K. In the crypto markets, there are various ways to validate data stored on crypto ledgers called blockchains. And one of these ways is called staking. Investors lock up their tokens in escrow and help validate the next block of data. Some stakers are then rewarded with new tokens. Staking, though, can be complicated and time-consuming and can take big upfront commitments of tokens. There's also the risk that you won't get new tokens even if you stake. Thus, crypto entrepreneurs started offering what's called staking as a service. No, not like the steakhouse. Basically, if you transfer your tokens to a staking as a service provider, they take control, possibly pooling your tokens with thousands or millions of others while promoting returns. But here's the rub. When a company or platform offers you these kinds of returns, whether they call their services lending, earn, rewards, APY, or staking, that relationship should come with the protections of the federal securities laws. That means you, the investor, should receive important disclosures. For example, what do they actually do with your tokens? Are they really staking them? Are they lending, borrowing, or trading with them? Are they commingling them with their other businesses? Where do the rewards come from? Are you getting your fair share? Are the underlying crypto protocols genuinely creating value on your investment? Or are they just new tokens that dilute the value of ones you already have? Remember, if you have a stake, that's S-T-E-A-K, if you have a stake meant for 2 and cut it into 3 pieces, it's still the same amount of stake. Unfortunately, because these staking as a service providers generally are not providing proper disclosures, there's currently no reliable way as an investor to know the answers to these important investment questions. Plus, when you sign on the dotted line or accept the terms of service, you are generally agreeing that placing your tokens with these providers may mean transferring your ownership to them. There's an expression in crypto, not your keys, not your crypto. You see, you're basically an investor in their platform. If it goes under, and we've seen plenty of that recently, you end up in line in the bankruptcy court. That's why it's so important that these companies and platforms comply with the securities law. After all, the securities laws, regardless of what you think of stake or staking, they're good for investors.
Gary. Hopefully you don't keep screwing everyone.
What does stake have
Gary,
to do?
Not again, Gary. Not again. Can't do it twice, Gary. All right, copy. Let's share that with BitBoy. Let's see, maybe he'll cover it. Let's see. All right, looks like they ran out of gas on the middle of the road. Well, so it happens when you get 6 miles to the gallon. Pretty car though, very pretty, very pretty. Let's see. Anything else going on in the world today? I'll just leave that there for a second. While I grab my drink. Oh, whoops, didn't mean to do that. All right. I don't know about you, but I'm actually stoked for that show. The Velma looks like a freak. I'm just putting it out there. Velma is a freak. All right. I need to follow more people on Twitter, actually. I need to get my Twitter game up. Let's take a look at this. Digital identity. Let's see, the Great Reset, technology allocation, smart cities, healthcare, telecommunications. I think what is it? Michigan and California are the only two states that allow you to have your driver's license on your phone. Half the people in the southern United States don't even know how to use a computer. I don't know why, but it's pretty scary. We need people to be much more technologically savvy in this world. I don't know if this clear phone thing is real, but it looks sort of cool. Skip over that video. I don't know. You can follow that. It's been interesting. All right. So we're going to wrap it up. And I really appreciate everyone taking the time to hang with us today. And we'll be on tomorrow, same time, so you can get your morning news update. And we really appreciate you taking the time to join us. If you have any questions, post them in the chat, and we will get to them first thing tomorrow. And it looks like Celsius has 4 days to resubmit the reorganization plan. Okay. Well, also, I don't know if you saw, but there was the ability to transfer your Voyager. If you have Voyager assets, you go within the claim section of Voyager and you transfer those assets to Binance.us, and you'll be able to start the withdrawal process of your Voyager assets. No one else is really talking about that, but if you are in the know, then now you know. Let's take a look here. Let's see what CryptoFace is saying. You were warned about BTC price. Yes, it will have its days of minor upward movement, but it will only go down further the next. Don't be fooled. The others, delusion, illusion, confusion, prelusion, infusion. Now 12 hours has been bled into the foretold. Oh, well, that's scary. That is the individual that writes the code for some of the indicators we use. So that'll definitely make you think. But that is all. Appreciate you guys, and till next time.